They don't even give me an explanation. I got the player's elbow in my glove. I can't make the save. And he said, I don't know. He goes, nobody gives me an explanation. I mean, how did you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's the league reviewed it, so there's nothing to say. I mean, they reviewed it, and you got to move on to overtime at that point. So yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that. It's just a lot more game than just that instance, and we put ourselves in that position. So
In what way?
That goal mattered for time. I mean, we had a couple goalposts. We had more opportunity to put that game, greater separation. So yeah, I'm not going to be critical on that at this point.
You knew the surge was coming in the third period from that team. What didn't you like about the way you guys just handled that emotional moment of the game?
Well, obviously I don't like the result, but again, there was enough in that game, scoring chance-wise. Again, a couple goalposts in the third period, so it wasn't like we sat back in the third period by any means. But we didn't bear down on our chances because we obviously had more chances. We just didn't bear down and allowed that game to remain close. I thought if you're looking at the 6-on-5, we needed to be way more aggressive. And we didn't. A couple opportunities, 6-on-5 or 5-on-6, to take time and space away quicker. We didn't read that and weren't decisive enough, and they got some prolonged time and too easy of a look. So obviously disappointing.
There were two things in overtime. You did have some chances. I think Darlene walked in and had a great chance that they made a bad save on. On the flip side, though, would you prefer some of those long shots maybe you not take, because being 3-on-3, sometimes they come out the other way, and you got 2-on-1s coming the other way at you?
Yeah, you've got to be certain when you're taking those chances and ready, as you say, for the puck to go back the other way if you don't score on those chances. But yeah, you have to. You need to be selective. You can't just be throwing pucks at the net in overtime. But Darlene going to the net, Middlestead with a hell of a shot just before they scored, and that's the unfortunate thing when you're staring down a scoring opportunity on the flow of it. You're going to get flow back if you miss, and that's what happened. And again, it's a break that went the other way. Disappointing that we didn't have greater separation at that point with the opportunity we had in the game to create greater separation before the final couple minutes.
You had to be happy with what you saw from Krebs, especially being able to get that shorthanded goal for you.
Krebs had great jump. Obviously stepping back for a couple games, he comes in the lineup and had great jump, and very nice to see him score. He had a breakaway much like that a week or two ago. Got in the same situation, adjusted what he did, and made it happen. So nice to see that progress.
Darlene's 10-minute penalty didn't factor into the result, obviously, but how do you want him to handle that situation if it does happen again? He's got an issue with a call because obviously they didn't like the way that he handled just approaching them after the play.
Yeah, that's not right on Bell's part. Period. Simple. I think we all know that. Anybody watching, you don't put yourself and your team in that position. So. And he knows it, so got to learn from it, but not a good play.